Welcome back and welcome knee deep into a pistol round where hooch and Mo and kUcheR and Dosia have died in 1 second, and AdreN is the only man standing with the bomb. That's a brief one, isn't it? Well, he still has a chance, he has potential, but I mean, his team just got absolutely fully wrecked. Patient play from JUGi. He's got a health superiority as well, and there it is. There it is. Not the start Gambit wanted. Man, they were shut down very quickly indeed. Very quickly indeed. 1-0 to Tricked in the second map of this best of 2. 4 UMPs and an M4 coming out for the counter-terrorist side. Going to use the grenades to the best of their advantage. Split to start from Gambit. HE towards the underpass. Actually, there's opportunity for Tricked to make it over towards A. And it seems that hooch is going to run distraction, just spamming the smoke with the Tech 9 while his teammates make their way onto the A site. But I guess it's going to get taken down. No kills for the T side just yet. There goes the bomb as well. And Dosia is now the last man standing. Dosia of Russia, not Kazakhstan. And a 1 versus 4. And JUGi should shut things down.
Oh dear, it doesn't bode well for Gambit to have such a poor start. Give me that JUGi AWPs. Yeah, throw the ump, get the AWP. Come on, bring it out. You got the money for it. He's gonna hold on to the Tech 9. It's smart actually because you know you're against just pistols. I still feel like he could have gotten the AWP though.
He could have, but not really what you want against a fast playing in a fast playing eco round. I don't like it personally, but maybe I play too safe. Making a Tech 9 work is JUGi. He could back off because he had support from ECS, as you can see there, but he also has to hold the high ground. He has support now as well. Wild spam coming out from the Glocks. The double grenade from niko. Hello, 6 points from 1 hoop.
I'm a little bit sad though, because it's so nice as the AWPer to have the Tech 9 as well, but never mind. Maybe his teammates can drop him one. niko's got one. Actually, if I was in JUGi's position, I would actually ask for the Tech 9 because it's so, especially if you tend to play on your own a little bit or aggressively with the AWP, it does give you a lot of ability to get out of sticky situations. Maybe that's not required though. And there is the first of what should be many aggressive peaks from JUGi.
Yep.
Now, previous teams, the previous team was unable to actually punish him for it all that much. Gambit should be different. They should be different.
Aggressive smoke towards the plateau. And that's, if you've been watching the whole broadcast, we saw excuse me, a boost from the other side, behind the other boxes from the T side, which was novel. This is the one we are more used to seeing. Slow round from Gambit. They have a few smokes and a few flashes. Not much going on for the Gambit side. Spam. Tins of spam. Emails full of spam. All the spam. kUcheR going to go and get his bell rung and then finished off. This is a slow, painful death for Gambit. They have no response. Nothing to offer Tricked at the moment. They are having their asses handed to them, as the saying goes.
On a platter. Let's get a platter in there as well.
With some biscuit, a biscuit platter.
Yes.
Going to try and do what he can, but HUNDEN is the bait.
Yeah. Not much to do in that spot. But you always have to ask yourself, you know, how did we get to this spot? Was it numerous one-on-ones that failed? If so, then it's an unreliable game plan. That is well, let's give Gambit some time to recoup and see if they can make adjustments before criticizing just yet. Mirage was definitely quite suspect from them. Not something you would expect to see, I think. Tricked are taking full advantage of this as well, as Gambit play into their game style. JUGi unable to find an angle quickly with that AWP, but he does see the fast movement towards long. And this should actually allow them to shore up the defense. There should be a third man coming. Surely JUGi saw players. Surely he called it. Or maybe he doesn't call it, James, because maybe he just wants all the frags for himself.
JUGi is Doing great work for Tricked once again. It's great to see Orpa's doing so well with be it a P250 or 5.7 or whatever he was carrying.
Wow.
That
That's
is 5.7. Nicely done by JUGi. Consistent delivery in high pressure situations is always what you want to look for.
I'm telling you, he saw everyone, he didn't call it. He's like, I want to kill all these balls. I want the ace.
What's going on? Nothing. That's fine. Just one guy.
There's no one. Just
Killed 3 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just one at a time.
Don't know how they got there.
5-0. Great start. A fantastic start for Tricked. 1/3 of the rounds in the bag of the first half already.
I think JUGi was what, 13-1 or something? I think he's, yeah.
He's 13-1.
0 assist. He
Hansen's
shoots to
just
kill.
like, I don't mind. I got 0 kills. It's fine. You wreck everyone. As long as we keep a clean sheet, I don't care who gets a kill. Flashed off. That will reveal a position, but there's no shots coming through that flash from the C side. Not trying to capitalize on the blind CT players. HUNDEN, shoulder peeking. Down goes Mo. Got an opportunity to steal some more frags away. Easter Tag will take hooch down. 2-man advantage now. And again, Gambit being neutered like a young domesticated animal. There was no choice then. They were taken to a room with a bright light. They didn't know what to expect. All of a sudden, where are my gonads?
Where are my testicles? Yes, indeed.
I can't believe you've done this.
There's an episode of Rick and Morty about that. Where the it's actually quite funny. I'll show you the clip later because I know you haven't seen it. It's quite funny. Well, yeah, it's a pretty grim reality. I think, I don't know, I just don't... I mean, Tricked obviously are really hitting their flow at the moment. They're really hitting their form. Dosia's going to creep around and see what damage he can do. But they just can't seem to get their buy rounds going. Not even a little bit. They can't even take any portions of map control away from Tricked. That is a problem.
I believe if Tricked win this map, then they should be in good stead to finish first or second.
Yeah, guaranteed top 2 at least. Guaranteed
which is which is pretty cool. If they do manage to make it into the league, then perhaps they have some surprises in store for the usual suspects. Ooh, we have a double potential for 007.
Is it going to be real? Double 007. I don't know when I last saw that. Oh my god. We've got the Tech 9s. There is one player that is actually Dosia with the AK who's just sitting at A long, waiting for a CT to push. But there is no one in that space. And I like that from Tricked because Tricked have adjusted here, right? You play one player, your second A player, he actually goes into connector, which is S-Tag right now, to support drop zone. And the other guy on the A site plays very defensively. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier today. Adjustments that were not being made by preparation on their CT side. Tricked are playing the correct adjustments, and therefore Dosia can't get anything done. And he's basically a waste of space insofar as he does not help the effort of Gambit in taking B. And instead they get picked off one player at a time again. How many players survive each round? Can we quickly check how many players survive each round here for Tricked? Because I feel like the damage is just so minimal. 4, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, and 5. So they are really struggling on even getting frags, as well as the map control. So it's a rough time for them. Let's have a look and see how the approach is here for Gambit. They've got 3 players towards the A side of the map. JUGi, is he going to go for any peeks early on? No, he's not. He's at A long. So a bit of a different setup, mixing things up. Are Tricked. There's no flash though. Run into the angle. Why not, James?
Look at me. Look at this.
Hello. Like a door-to-door salesman.
Yeah, there's not much to say at the moment.
There doesn't seem to be a considered plan because, again, like if you're, I don't know when you have a guy just run into long without anything, any support, and he plays it to at least distract potential players from that position. This is a little bit better. You know, you're playing trades down into the middle area. That's better from Gambit. And kUcheR wins a one-on-one as niko pushes. niko. Or did he put? Sorry, was he pushing or was he a drop zone there?
kUcheR was near the beginning of plateau. There was a CT pushed up.
Right.
So
yeah,
just some jewels being won by Gambit, but not offering much beyond that. So let's see if they'll check HUNDEN's position. trajectory is they know someone's close, but HUNDEN, he can't get the frag. maeVe will, however. Now we're down to the 1 versus 2, and it's no other than JUGi, and kUcheR will finish him off. But Gambit didn't really do anything special in that particular round. And Tricks are going to be straight back on the buy, so we have to wonder if Gambit can string some rounds together. They'll need to if they want to break the economy of Tricks, then maybe they'll get more rounds on the board.
And the interesting thing from Nico's push is that he had 2 options. I think very much Tricks felt like it was going to be a committed A play, so he's thinking, okay, I don't think there's a high percentage chance there's going to be somebody here, but if there is, I get a 1-on-1. Maybe I win that 1-on-1 and we win the round. So I actually don't mind that push too much, but finally, JUGi gets punished for these peaks, finally.
Yeah.
It's about time.
Especially when you're on a T side, you have to be really careful about going around the boulder on the cart when you see a smoke down there, because CT like JUGi is always going to come for you. And now things are going really well for Gambit, because this is going to cause lots of financial problems for the Trick side. Nice angle there by Nico, very hard to spot. The T side jumping up. Trades go in favour of the Ts. There's man advantage, he needs to rotate to collect the bomb. Meanwhile, Mo's going to continue to push, but he has a player close in ECS. And the shadow will give Mo away, unless he's really unlikely.
That's a big frag. Bomb's alone now, moving towards A. And Nico's got no idea what's going on. Oh, that's also quite an important frag, to say at least. 2 versus 1 now. Dosia. Can he get it done? Oh, spotted by his tag and also fragged. Wow. I have to say, though, this was a much better round from Gambit. The way that AdreN entered drop zone, flash, or rather a smoke, and a pop flash through the smoke to allow him to get an easy kill. That's how you want to see the frags happening. Tactical play.
Yeah. It's also Trick's aggression, giving Gambit picks early on. So if Tricks change the pace when Gambit are back on the buy and don't allow them to get those early picks, then I'm really curious to see if Gambit will have something to offer. Bit of a collision, and hooch will continue his charge. Flash is coming in, but they're not going to work out, unfortunately for Gambit. I think all those grenades really blocked them and slowed them down, and maybe they would have had the jump on these players had that not happened. Dosia with the bomb will be the last man. Nobody down for Tricks yet. And this is a great chance for them to get some more money back in the bank, and they will do that. Not a single player even touched at all. Nobody touched. There was no touching.
It was quite cool too, because those pre-nades, really early anti-rush pre-nades, were a fine line between perfect and catastrophic, because they let like a 2 or 3 Ts just in front, and if those tech lines connect with your head as they come through the broken wall, all of a sudden everything's gone badly. But they managed to get this first 2 kills, and then everyone else is stuck behind incendiaries. So it worked out perfectly. 9-1 is massive. Really massive. It's a very strong chance they go to 10-1 at this point too. 3 geeks.
JUGi is back in a situation where he's playing A alone, as we saw in the first series today. He's got to look at 2 places at the same time, and this is going to be a big problem because no one's going to be able to help him fast enough. That Molotov, if it lands before the T's are beyond it, it's going to be really important. He does have maeVe for support now. But now the players are closing the distance. maeVe's in the right spot though. 2-man spray down for him. And HUNDEN's there as well. ECS on the flank, so all the players have come in just in time. And now it's kUcheR, last man. Is the orb going to be saved? Yes, it is. So that is very fine for Tricks. Very fine indeed.
These rounds, these rounds and these frags feel so easy for Trick, don't they? I mean, it does feel that there are too many straight up one-on-ones without the proper support to go with them in either trade fragging or making the lives of the CTs hard by cutting off angles with smokes, or like the basics with flashbangs. I don't know exactly, but I don't want to take credit away from Trick, because obviously they're really hitting the mark, winning fights where they are favorable. But still, need more work here. A pop flash for this position is very common from Ts. There is 2 Ts in this spot, and there's no pop flash for the angle where JUGi has been AWPing, and it's just a straight one-on-one again, just one-on-ones for days.
kUcheR in the drop zone. maeVe's going to come in for the flank. kUcheR maybe got a sound cue there, but maeVe didn't commit. Would have been a gamble. AdreN meanwhile has gone down, leaving Dosia and kUcheR alone, and they're split up unless Dosia wants to join his teammate in the drop. A little bit awkward for the Gambit side. Nice shoulder picking going on, but JUGi holding off angle for the time being. Maybe also because of the Molotov. Going for a cheeky peek there. He had a teammate for a crossfire who could have been the first engager there. And there it is. ECS takes kUcheR down. So now again it's Dosia alone with the bomb, and he did join his teammate in the drop. Look how far away the CTs are over towards B as well. We have niko on an off angle, which pretty much makes it impossible for Dosia to plant the bomb. Shoulder creep comes in, but maeVe will be ready and waiting for it. 11-1.
And the money is huge for Tricked. This might just be a very fast shutout indeed. Unexpected actually for me. I felt like Gambit could have been able to post a better map after Mirage, but maybe there is some internal struggle as to the roles or something. It just doesn't seem like they are at the full strength, or the strength that we have come to know them to, for them to be capable of. And that is a big problem. JUGi's been quite consistent.
He's been monstrous today with you.
Yeah.
Monstrous. And yeah, Gambit almost looked like a newer team than Godsent, with just a weak or lack of strategy we've seen from them on their T sides. Just all over the place. Seems a mess. It's like they... I don't know. Seems their strategic pool is quite shallow indeed. A paddling pool for toddlers.
Yeah, it does look that way.
So there we go. Gambit getting decimated in another round where they do not really have anything to offer. We have Deagles and pistols. Deagles and pistols. Deagles and armor, Kevlar, helmets.
It kind of reminds me, like what you're talking about, like the kids in the paddle pool thing. That like there used to be this thing where there would be these cartoon series where they would take a cartoon, and then if they had, like, let's say the Flintstones, for example, then they would have like Flintstones Kids edition, where it's just like all the characters from Flintstones would just be the, like, you know, kid version. Have you ever seen anything like that?
I did not know that was a thing.
That, yeah, it happened for, there was a few shows like that for different things. There was like Tom and Jerry Kids as well, where they're all like younger or something. Or was that like a, yeah, something like that. I had this image right now that Gambit, because they are playing, they're all punching below their weight. Every single player on the team, not, you know, winning. I mean, AdreN, we've seen some cool stuff from him here or there, but he's got 3 kills right now.
hooch has got 1 kill.
hooch has 1 kill.
He's got 1 kill in 13 rounds.
They are, I mean, this is crazy because Tricked could squeeze out either Godsent or Heroic, which is absolutely nuts.
Looks like Tricked are squeezing Gambit out at the moment, Dan.
Yeah, at the moment they are.
They're getting squeezed out.
They're choking them out at the moment.
Yeah,
they're getting choked out. Like they're tapping violently, James, but Gambit ain't listening. But Tricked aren't listening. Go easy into the night, my friend.
So it's producer Patrick is telling us that a dominating scoreline is favourable for Tricked in case of a tie as well.
The rounds difference, man.
Indeed.
The juicy rounds. Okay, so, I mean, 3 versus 4 situation. Minute left on the clock. He attempts into the drop zone, going for the dry peaks there. Get a quick frag, 1 for 1. Still okay, despite being man down, but the flank is coming. This is really nice from Tricked. They take the risk, and they've hit goal. niko in the back, but Dosia, he has to be fast with these frags. HUNDEN, if he can delay, if he can hold on for that flank to get into play, that's going to be perfect. That is amazing for Tricked right now. Just no peeking for HUNDEN, and kUcheR surely won't understand that there's going to be a player plateau. This is the GG frag right there. Boom. Great flank from Istag. Really nice risk taking from Tricked. 13-1.
13-1, and we move into the last round of the first half. All the Tricked players on double figures. Not the case for Gambit. They're all in double figures in terms of deaths, and no one's in double figures in terms of deaths on Tricked. So many problems. Is that the smoke to go aggressively? Yes, it is. Very nice smoke indeed. Nothing but denial of information for the Gambit side. You have AKs, and the dueling begins once again. JUGi manages to survive in that situation. niko's going to rotate as well, but the bomb is headed towards B. So we still have Mo in a super passive position around the statue, despite the fact his teammate Dosia is all the way down here. So he is somewhat rendered useless at the moment. Starting to move forward now as Dosia tries to clean out the A bomb site on his lonesome. Charging through, and he's doing a good job of it. This would only double the score of Gambit though. And niko may stop a plant. He could get a multiplayer spray down as well. Down goes hooch. Can't do anything else though. So maybe Gambit can win a round based on Dosia being Rambo.
I was going to say, it's still not over, but they do manage to pick up the additional kill onto HUNDEN. They're also, it's still not over. They're still very, very low. A couple of these players. That's one down from maeVe. Can't get the next one. So 13-2 will be the final score in the first half. Look at those rounds. Look at the fact that there's no defuses. What does that tell you? The fact that there's no defuses. That there was Gambit never planted bombs. They could never take map control properly. You don't often see that at this level.
Yeah.
No bombs down to be defused.
There's really not much to say. I mean, Gambit didn't do anything.
They didn't know.
One of the 2 rounds they won, Dosia ran around and shot people in the head. That's literally why they run. 13-2. And now Gambit will be at the mercy of Tricked. hooch will see if he can make 2 kills. HUNDEN, again, he's going to be the grenade man for his side. Rest of the team on Kevlar.
Denmark, man, Denmark has 3 big teams now.
Yeah.
Or three relevant teams.
You can see Tricked have discipline.
I feel like there's a lot of development still for them,
Absolutely.
of course. But
they've shown preparation on multiple maps.
Yeah.
They've shown decision making. You know, mid-round decision making.
We can make decisions.
They've shown structure and practice, whereas Gambit today might as well have just, I don't know,
stayed in bed.
They haven't showed, yeah, or just, I don't know, bought an ice cream van and tried to sell some ice cream. They may have had more success, despite the changing weather. The days are getting longer. They've definitely been long days on Cobblestone. This is currently some very serious pistol round. HUNDEN peeking. Got JUGi in for support, and of course JUGi's getting more frags, and now we're going to see a charge into the B bomb site. AdreN needs to do more for his team because they've struggled so far. AdreN, this is nice. HUNDEN is one of 2 players left. He needs to wait for maeVe, but he doesn't really have a choice. He's getting flanked as well, so maeVe is going to leave him to die. He's getting surrounded, and HUNDEN has been eliminated basically by 4 players. And the lurk did not pay off for maeVe. He let his teammate die, and then he soon followed. 13-3. There's a chance for Gambit to make the score tell a different story than the actual game.
Well, if they can hold the force buy, which will come first. What we have for nades here, not really much in the way of nades. I feel like they could have gotten an extra PT-50 so that they could have afforded 2 more nades at least. So they could actually do some kind of a set piece. But actually, it seems like they want to go towards A. And that's actually not too bad if you don't have any nades. I like that a bit more with low amounts of nades. Mo's got a good shadow position. Abuses the shadows. Very nice. And this round seems to be pretty difficult now for Tricked. There's not many ways back into this one, despite... Or rather, sorry, there's not many ways back into this without getting some insane kills. 2 versus 3, though. They're a 1 dig away from equalizing the numbers and really causing problems with so much time left regarding Gambit understanding where they're going to go. This is a good play to mitigate that, though. We have hooch pushing the back. Oh, that's brilliant. That's a fantastic position. That is security. This position is security. They are not coming B. We've cleared out all other options. They are definitely going B. I can cover the rotation back. You guys know they're coming A. And you can take up positions. The optimal setup. Uh-oh. Sometimes,
though, people get shot in the head. Although JUGi's never going to expect this. Somehow survives the meat shot. Now he can try and delay. They've still got some time for HUNDEN to come in from the back. But HUNDEN's still around the balcony area. And there we go. AdreN's going to get taken down by JUGi, no less. So it's all fallen apart. And now hooch is alone versus 2 players. JUGi's going to hold the crossfire and allow HUNDEN to plant the bomb. And now how does hooch get himself some 1 versus 1s? HUNDEN, if he misplaces himself, he could get taken down first. And again, JUGi is the insurance, but he's got 2 places to look. So there are chances for hooch. Takes HUNDEN down. So now his position is known. JUGi comes out, got to stay around that pillar so he doesn't get sprayed down, and he's going to try and escape. For the time being, he does. hooch, 60 HP, has no kit. Just got to wait for JUGi to re-peek the jump. It will be enough information for hooch, and he will barely save the round for his team. 13-4.
It's kind of crazy. They almost won this round, and with all those kills, they are one, and the bomb plant, they're 100% force buying in this round. They should absolutely force buy in this round. Every time. Let's go. Come on, Tricked. Don't be afraid. They're not doing it, are they?
100%
that's. I mean, you would see almost every team doing it right now. You do so much damage. You got the bomb plant as well. Gambit spent all their money. Well, they're going to wait for better buys. I mean, I respect that too. It does. It's also, that also makes sense, even though it's kind of outside of the meta game. As a lot of teams, I think, would even 3 kills that would have in that spot, 4 spot here. But I do like having the most buys possible when you have a really big lead, because sometimes that's something that can get away from people. Because if you lose that force buy situation, then it can, depending on how severely you lose it, it can compound itself pretty poorly for you.
Tricks doing a good job of getting close to the A sites at least, but there are 3 CTs here, ready, willing, waiting. And now it's down to JUGi, and he's dead. So the buy will come out for Tricked. See if Dosia upgrades his UMP, or if he stays with the M4. He will continue, which is perfectly fine and expected.
Nice. Yeah.
There aren't many rounds that Gambit can afford to lose at the moment, and
yeah,
having a bit more money in the bank may help for future rounds. So there's an 8th round deficit between these two teams. Gambit have witnessed the horror of their T side, and now they come in. Mo will succumb to the revenge of JUGi, and kUcheR will take his place. That's some information. I see the Molotov there.
I do hope we see more play like this from Tricked, where they make the decision to not force buy in that spot. It's been so common. Oh, that's so gutting. He gets the tag through the wall. Oh, how disappointing. Oh, AdreN sneaking around with the Mag 7. Oh, second one to follow. AdreN, he's not got much else to give though in that spot, but he did his best. He did his utmost.
Tricks are going to start to wonder how many players can be over towards A. They've killed 3 already. And we see hooch lurking towards B. So one player's going to charge in that direction, but which way will Dosia go? In the mid area already, he will hear niko. Fortunately for Tricked, he's not the man with the bomb. So he will keep Dosia entertained, and indeed, might be good that he didn't buy up in this particular round. He'll have extra money. Sit down. So
it also shows all the confidence in your buy rounds. If you, I mean, I know this is the philosophy that's the kind of threat school of philosophy, which is very much a 1.6 thing as well. In 1.6, there were spots where some teams would even, double, triple eco to just have find a way to have the most possible buy rounds because you've got a big advantage already. Of course, it's never a spot where it really makes sense to do that many ecos in this game, but the philosophy is how can we have the most buy rounds? And if you're a confident team, you should have that you're confident that you're the better team. You should always have your best advantage or your most likely to win with a full buy round where you have all the grenades, and that's exactly what they had. So I love that decision making, and it makes me quite excited to see more from Tricked in the future as well as a developing Danish roster.
Gambit with an AWP and an M4 in this presumed force buy. 2 of the players had about 3,300 before the loss bonus from that last round came in. And this is where they stand. 3 people over towards A. And Tricks may go for a boost. Mo, will he be expecting this? Is he visible? It seems not, because JUGi is looking. And they are both presenting themselves. They have an inkling that somebody is there. Surely he'll fall to the flames. No, he's made his way forward. He's got to be careful though for the double peek. Double peek comes in, double kills for the T side. 2 more players to find out towards that side. hooch do some great damage there, great flashbang. He'll finally get finished off as well. Now Dosia with 12 HP, popping out, getting a nice headshot there. 2 versus 2 could do more damage. Not on this occasion. AdreN alone with the AWP. Not his weapon of choice. They should know where he is, thanks to that. Roughly, do they want to peek? Could this AWP be a surprise? Seems they have an idea. JUGi over towards the wooden panels. niko's going to go for the brazen peek, and it's going to pay off for him. I think he might have been shot through the wooden pole there, but it wasn't fatal. And perhaps that round will be fatal for Gambit.
Yeah, Tricked are just in many spots out shooting them generally. As you said, sometimes we get good performances here from the likes of AdreN or Dosia, but it's a little bit patchy at best. And Tricked are playing a pretty simple style. I liked the approach to A. They had some good pop flashes, they had good numbers, and you don't have to have everybody towards, or rather 2 or 3 players towards B to do a default. You can do a default where you have 3 or 4 players towards A, just for like really solid clearing of those initial spots. Then you leave 1 or maybe 2 there and rotate the others back for the default. And this is something we didn't really see properly from Gambit, where they basically just had people who were 2 alone, 2 unable to play with teammates to get into spots with the pop flashes and so on. And Tricked have been pretty responsible with that. And here we see that 2-3, looking for the pick. Although time is starting to pass, and we actually have a bit of freedom there from HUNDEN. He's all the way along. There's 3 players on A here for Gambit. Interestingly, for some, they're convinced, or I suppose they're making the gamble, as they've just got pistols. But it's all on this.
maeVe in the drop zone, trying to get the info for a team. hooch spotted, hooch taken down. There goes Mo as well. And a bit of a team kill, but worth it in the end because kUcheR's alone. And surely it's not long for this world. Indeed, he is not. Tricked with a dominating score. Lots of round advantage racked up should it be required. Good performance from them today in the European segment of the Development League.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more from Tricked. I mean, I feel like we will because they're guaranteed top 2. So this is the crazy thing, right? Is that normally top 2, okay, well you still have a best of 5 to go. The team that's number 1 actually just goes straight into league because of Na'Vi dropping out in the previous edition of ECS. So that first spot could just see them straight in, because otherwise their chances, if you had to play an Na'Vi, if you had to play like a really top tier 1 team, your chances go down significantly. So the second spot has to play against Dignitas, and to qualify for the actual league. So that's a really big deal. So Tricked may have just done what they needed to do to actually secure number 1 spot. We'll have to see how the matches develop to see what actually happens there, whether they will be against Dignitas, whether it be Godsend, or whether it's going to be heroic. But we're going to have a Danish or a Swedish team, that's for sure.
Yeah, and later on today, in about 3 hours, we're going to have Immortals versus SK to see the progression of the North American Development League. So for now, we will be taking a break, and if you are up late today, we'll see you later on for the North American segment. See you soon.